Hey guys, this is HD GW2, my name's Rapsack.
And my name is Ariel.
And today we're revisiting an old cast. So previously we did a game between Team Paradigm and Matchless. Unfortunately we only had a Ranger point of view, but this time we've got a Warrior. So we're going to get into this. So for Matchless Gaming, we've got a Warrior, Guardian, Elementalist, Ranger, and Engineer. The interesting thing here is that they're running 2-point defenders, which is the Ranger and the Engineer. So that should be interesting. Whereas Team Paradigm is going to be running their usual setup. So I'm not going to talk for much longer. Let's get into this. Alright, so it looks like we've got both sides of the performance here. And from this Warrior point of view, we do see a little bit more than what we saw in the last game. So it should be pretty interesting. We see the split there. The Warrior's coming down to Svanir, whereas down on the point we see that Ranger setting up some traps.
Yeah, so we can see Warrior going straight away for Svanir. They managed to get the kill on that very, very quickly.
And we can see those couple Team Paradigm players sneaking down and going to do a bit of damage to these, try and do them onto the point and try and steal, I guess, a bit of that kill. But it was a bit quick for them to try and get there as soon as they could.
If we switch back to the henge here, we can see that there is the Engineer from Team Paradigm being able to harass that. But the Ranger doing a very good job here and being able to get that Rampage's one off very quickly, being able to kill that Engineer.
And down on the main screen, it looks like we've just seen the Muldrin, the Warrior for Team Paradigm, go down to power. Just in a bit of a skirmish there. Those players probably going a little bit to waste, a little bit late for that Chieftain steal. So up on the keep here, it does look like we've got Ashin trying to defend the point against a Guardian and a Warrior. And to be honest with you, he's not doing the best job. He's going down, he's losing a lot of health, and usually a Guardian should be able to last a little bit longer than that, especially in a 2v1 against another Guardian.
Yeah, so I feel like Ashin maybe going for a more offensive build rather than a defensive typical Guardian.
It's possible. I mean, we see a lot of that defensive style of a Guardian, but we're yet to see its damaging potential. I guess down on the point here, we do see a bit of a skirmish between the Warrior, Muldrin, and the Glory, the Ranger here. And I'd like to say, Glory, he's doing a good job. He usually plays a Warrior, so he knows how to dodge those Bull's charge. He knows how to deal with those Warrior tactics. And he's doing quite a good job of it.
Let's see if he'll go down here, which looks like he's getting very low health. Those traps going down, being very good for him, and he does go down.
But then he's also going to take Muldrin down with him. So a little bit more action coming up down on the keep this time. And we do see players falling a lot for Team Paradigm. And again, the Engineer is setting up turrets and things on point. And this was what we were talking about. They should be setting up turrets right on this point as soon as they can to try and hold it. And to be honest with you, so far so good. They've been doing a good job. And I think this sort of strategy is working out for them. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be working out. We can see down on the henge again, that point is going to go to Paradigm though, so we'll see if Matchless can get that one back. They'll probably be attacking that because that is their natural point.
They've just snapped around and gone and grabbed it, and they've been able to hold that mine all game, and that's been pretty uncontested, although Power did get a kill on that Engineer early on in the game, but just not able to capture that point.
Now we can see both players at the henge now, so they are working really hard to try and get the henge back. Unfortunately, I feel like they are dedicating a lot of players to the henge point, so you can see a lot of players going down for Team Paradigm at the moment, which is a good thing, but also some going down for Matchless as well.
You know what? The fact that they're both, most of the team is sharing the same point of view right now leads me to believe that they're getting a bit routed and they're actually not going to be doing quite well, and it's actually reflected in the capture point score with that keep being contested and that mine being owned, and it doesn't look great for Matchless. They're down a couple capture points, but they are still up in score, so we're gonna have to see how this one pans out.
We can see there is a 3 cap at the moment, which is absolutely horrible for Matchless. Team Paradigm being able to take all of those points,
and that's just a bit of a misstep on Matchless's part. I think they really should have split up, and that conservative style with that Engineer, it was great at first. They did manage to set up a few turrets up on the keep, and did go pretty well for them, but at the point they're in this awkward situations where the forest monsters have spawned, and they really have to make the choice. You know what? Are we going to go and try and get our capture points back, or are we going to get our Svanir kill or risk losing it? So it's kind of put them in that awkward position.
Yeah, I guess you really want to secure the forest creature kills, and that's at 25 points rather than trying to get a capture point that's already taken by Team Paradigm.
Exactly, and I mean, it's just put them in that awkward position. I think it's really not really set up by Team Paradigm that way, but it just worked out really well for them. And because of that delayed timing, because of going to get that kill, it looks like they've been able to set up quite nicely up on this point, up on the keep. And you know what, they're actually doing a pretty good job, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold this for much longer, as we do see a lot of players going down.
Yeah, Matchless taking a lot of kills at the moment, unfortunately, so it looks like that keep point is completely lost for them at the moment.
And Team Paradigm sort of doing the strategy which I thought Matchless was going to be doing, and bringing their engineer up on point, and that's getting all the kills for them. And great point defense, but coupled with that Mesmer, being able to mow players and just generally harass and really survivable, and just you know, doing a great job.
Yeah, we can see the Warrior going down again and getting rallied, so
I really think that at this point Team Paradigm just doesn't have anyone on the mine. They're just capping that point, and it's just remaining that way.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Matchless is going to be contesting that at all, but we can see down at the henge now, one of the engineer, Taldo, coming down to try and harass the henge a little bit.
And that's just proved it for us. You know, that engineer's supposed to be defending his point. He's going to come and attack this point, seeing as fight's not coming to him, so why not, you know, utilize that fifth player and try and attack this point.
We can see 3 players down for Matchless at the moment, so that's no good, but they have respawned, so maybe they're going to come and help the henge or hit up the mine. I'm not too sure.
I think both these players both these teams going for a very offensive style. Team Paradigm is known for their sort of 1v1 tactics, and Matchless here, I think Muldrin, I think Thadcastle, the warrior for Matchless, has actually gone a very glass cannon-y type build. I mean, Warrior's quite tanky, but he's taking a lot of damage, and he's getting killed a couple of times here.
So Glory being able to pick up a kill there, sorry. So they've shut down Taldo, which is good, so that point defender for the mine isn't there any longer, but you know what, it's probably a bit too late. They've probably got other team members backing up that point.
They just need to send someone around there. Come on, guys, you know, you just need to just drop one down to the mine and cap that point. It doesn't even, you know, even if you're just on 10 HP, go run down there and regen as you go. I mean,
alright, we can see the strategy for Matchless at the moment, just rolling up into that keep, sending all of their players. That's probably not the best move. You don't want to dedicate all of your resources to one massive fight at one point. So
I think they're just rushing it at this point. They're just you know, they're not able to form up. They're not able to get that sort of team lockdown, that conservative style which they look like they were going to play. You know, they really wanted to secure a point up here and just hold on to that minor lead that they were doing so well for the first early part of the match, but it's just fallen out of favor, and they're really going to get a couple of points down here, and it's just not going to go the other way.
I guess going for that 5-man rush was kind of like a last ditch strategy to try and push them back into their base a little bit to a 2-1 cap,
and if you're going for that, you know, style, it's just not going to work. You really need to be dynamic, and you just really need to, you know, abandon that strategy and really just, you know what, we're going to have to just attack all points at all times. We can't just win in a straight up match when we're a couple of points down, and even if we do, we're still a couple of points down either way, so it's not going to work out. Taldo
doing a great job harassing their mob at the moment, and also trying to cap the henge as well. So
that warrior doing a lot of damage, and he's going to be taking out this Rayon down here at the river, but I don't think they should be fighting in the river right now. It's not what they should be doing. I guess he's trying to prevent them from getting the Svanir, but I mean, it's just a little bit too late. They really don't have much options at this point.
So yeah, moving back up to the keep now. Maybe we'll see Glory go back down to the henge just to try and secure that, but to be honest with you, the match is pretty much over from this point on.
I mean, they can secure that one last point, but it's not going to really go anywhere for them. It is a bit of a tough one for them. They did have a surprisingly good start, but unfortunately that was a bit of their downfall. I guess their strategy just wasn't quite able to adapt. So yeah, I guess all up, that I think that Mesmer really did a critical role in sort of changing around those team fights up on the keep, as well as, you know, just pulling that engineer, and they weren't even utilizing their engineer to their fullest, I believe. And it's a really great strategy to kind of pool those resources. It's something I think a lot of pro players are going to take that risk.
Yeah, take that risk, move one player off of the point to try and cap the other point. But I mean, most of the time it felt like there wasn't a player there. I mean, we're not sure, but.
And I mean, that's it's pretty good for us. I mean, in the last point of view, when we just saw from the Ranger, we're thinking, you know, Matchless, why are they just attacking this point and nothing's going down for them? And I guess it's for the fact that, you know what, it's a 4v5 up there, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So we hope you guys like our rendition of this cast, and you know, we really wanted to do a bit of a multi thing for you guys. So you know, leave us a bit of feedback, and as always, stay tuned.